Hello everyone, Namaste. My name is Sriman Japadas, but of course I'm also known as Joseph Bismark. What is my story? Well, I left home when I was 9 years old and went to an ashram up in the mountains. It's sort of like a monastery, and so I never really finished my academics. I only went up to 5th grade in school. But during my life in the ashram, as a brahmachari is a celibate student, is that we focus on the studies of Vedic scriptures, pretty much understanding first who we are as spirit, soul, not the material body. And so a lot of the foundations I've learned when I was young was very much focused on building my character, development of character, and I achieved self-realization, especially when I was fortunate enough to meet my spiritual master at the age of 17, where I took initiation, and that's the reason I have the name Japadas. That's a little bit of my story. Then later on, when I was fortunate enough to get into business, I became successful, not right away, but after some time I became successful after a few tries. And pretty much all the principles that I've learned when I was a young kid, I was able to use in business. And today people would say, especially people who knew who I was some time back when I was a kid, would say I became successful. But really, I mean, looking back right now, yes, you could say I was successful because now I was able to build a company that expands internationally, globally. We do have thousands of employees, and I'm able to speak in an event consisting of 20,000 people. So all of this supposedly accomplishment I had in life, people would say I am successful. So okay, I'll accept that. I became successful. So I guess today I want to share with you this YouTube that I'll be creating. I really want to focus on those principles that made me successful. Yeah. And so I'd like to invite you, if you'll be interested, and I know you would be, because our topic is about how you could be successful. Because my success and your success, or my success, has nothing to do with you, and your success has nothing to do with me. So in fact, the word success, you could see, if you spell it S-U-C-C-E-S-S, if you take the word you out of success, okay, there's no word to it. So meaning when we speak of success, it's very much focused upon the individual person. So every time I speak about success, how to be successful, I always have to be including you. When I speak about my success, I have to include myself in terms of, because the very component of success has to be the very person. So the first principle or formula, if you want to be successful, is we have to be speaking about your timing, because timing is everything to be successful. And we all know timing is about that moment wherein, like for a you know, like a musician, yeah. I mean, everything is about timing. Like when a car is not running, it doesn't have the timing and run, it would not run properly. So there must be, even your car, it needs to have tuning or timing, because without the proper timing, the car would not drive nicely. In music, timing is about everything. Singing without the timing, you'll be out of tune. So timing is really everything, especially in business. And so most people don't perfect their timing, so they don't become successful in whatever venture they do. And timing is only brought about, or you only perfect your timing by constant practice of something. Just like in the beginning, I remember when I started playing a guitar, the timing between my left and right hand was totally off, because it's the first time you held the guitar and you were like trying to strum, and at the same time you have to figure out where to put the fingers, you know, you're fingering on the chords, and at the same time you'd want to sing. That's completely impossible. But most people give up, see, before they perfect the timing. Most people give up. But just like you cannot give up, you cannot get frustrated, but you just gotta keep on doing it, keep on doing it, keep on doing it, meaning the practice must be put in. The time to practice, okay, must be put in, because this is where you get to perfect your timing. So if you look at business, right, or what is really the success in business? The success in business is to be profitable. Pretty much, that's what it's all about. So in the beginning, it would not be that way. But you just gotta keep on trying, keep on trying, keep on trying. And in the process of trying, in the process of engaging, you'll be able to learn how to deal with people, build with relationship. Of course, the practice of patience would come in, the practice of tolerance, and so many other factors, right? If we are to write it all down, it's just overwhelming. Just like in the beginning, if you tell the person who's a student of driving all about the cars, all about the engine in the cars, all about how the car works, the guy would not even want to drive. So the only thing that he has to focus on first is one, okay, this is a car, okay, this is a car, and what is a car? It's a vehicle for me to reach success, okay? So that's the first thing I just need to understand. Now, okay, how do I drive this vehicle to success? Okay, so that's what we need to study now. Okay, how do I drive, and what is that vehicle? It's your body. Okay, how does it work? How do I adapt to things? How do I, take on things and be able to use it for my purpose? Where am I going? The direction is very important. So to be successful, okay, we need that timing is very important, yeah. But of course, knowing where you'd want to go is also very important, right? Your vision, your mission, why you want to go to a particular place. Why do you even want to be successful in whatever you're doing? What is your purpose? Because all of this, you need to understand. I mean, this is what's going to trigger you or push you to wake up in the morning. So today in our talk, we just want to focus on that timing. So timing simply means that ability of you to be able to hit that very thing at the right time, at the right place. Whether you're playing baseball, yeah, with hitting that ball with a club, or playing soccer, knowing where to hit that spot in the ball where it's going to go into the goal. These are all done by perfect timing. And perfect timing only comes about when you practice. Practice, practice, practice makes perfect. I know you heard this. I'm going to sound like a broken record by repeating again. Practice, practice, practice makes timing. But you just have to also make sure that you're practicing the right thing. And this is where a mentor needs to, this is where you need a mentor. Because a mentor would tell you, okay, what's the right thing to practice? Because you could be practicing the wrong thing, okay? And you could perfect the wrong practice, yeah? But it's not just about practice makes perfect. It's about practicing the right thing so I could be perfect. I could reach perfection. And when we speak of perfection, we speak of success in that regard. So I would say that would be the first principle. First principle of success is that we must find the right timing. Okay, so the right timing needs we have to use our intelligence and somehow our sensitivity, right, in our approach. For example, sometimes you want to present to someone, you want to share an idea to someone, whether it's an investment idea or whether it's a business idea, whatever idea you may have. Okay, key to success is communication. You have to communicate. You have to somehow sell that concept to others, because you cannot be successful alone. That's not possible. You cannot build a mansion alone. You need the team to be able to help you achieve that success that you want to reach. Okay, so you have to learn the timing. How do I present this idea? When do I present it? What would be the timing? So sometimes people don't know that. They would present a business idea or a business concept to someone who's just getting married, for example. No, that's bad timing. Why is that? Because that person is just so preoccupied. It's like he's, I guess, stressed out with the wedding. He's thinking of a lot of things, and he's worried about a lot of things, the invitation. He's just so preoccupied. So to tell him, like in the middle while he's going through this wedding thing, tell him, hey, I got some business proposal or business idea that I'd like you to get involved. I want you to be my partner. That is bad timing. It would like impossible for you to get that guy because he is preoccupied. Okay, or sometimes when someone is in a funeral, or sometimes there's a party and you try to present. Okay, you were not even invited to present there. It's not the topic, but you're just like going and ambushing everybody for a business presentation. Then your timing sucks. Your timing is bad. So this would not work. So when I speak of timing, is that we have to create a scenario. We have to create a place, calm place wherein we invite this person, and he already knows that you're presenting to him. So you have to tell him in advance, okay, I'm inviting you, present to him, not the details, but tell him, hey, I chose one of you as my prospect in this business presentation. Why did I choose you as a prospect? You're a good friend of mine, and there's this opportunity that has just come. This company is building or expanding in your country or in your direction, and I would like you to be one of the people who is my friend to benefit from this business. So in the meeting we'll be having tomorrow or the weekend, is that I want you to be open-minded, okay? I want you to come, just clear your time, clear your calendar for this, because I need your 100% attention. Because this business, okay, would benefit you more than me. Really, at the end of the day, that's what it is. Now, most people, when they try to do a business meeting, they don't impress upon the importance of that particular meeting. See, so what happens, these people go there, or your prospect goes there, and they're thinking, oh, this guy's gonna sell me something, you know? So that person, of course, is nervous because nobody wanna be sold. I mean, you don't wanna like be robbed. That's what the kind of feeling when you meet a salesman. They're gonna rob you of some cash or this. But if you prepare that person properly, okay, and you actually invite them, and they know that it's an opportunity that they will have, they'll come there and they'll be open, they'll be listening, right? And they'll be able to see what you're presenting without all these negative filters that they have. And this is where I call creating the timing. The timing must be there. I remember it took me 6 months to actually appreciate what my partner was offering me. The timing for me wasn't right. I was scared, I was afraid, right? I mean, partnering with someone is scary, especially if you don't know that person. So, and basically we learned this, that we should not trust strangers. And that's been a principle we've been hearing from our parents since we were kids. Don't trust strangers. And so when I met my partner for the first time, I was told by everyone, my friends who knew me, was telling me, hey, don't trust this guy, he's a stranger, you don't know him. So I was thinking to myself, then how could you get into business? Because initially the people you'll be meeting are strangers. So I realized this today, that the strangers in our life, the people we love today are strangers in the beginning in our life, like our wife was a stranger before. But for you to be a partner to someone, to be a husband or a wife to someone, you should immediately turn and learn how to turn the stranger to be your best friend. So that is also a very important principle, and so that we would know the timing we have. Because unless we're very comfortable with the person we're dealing with, whether that person is the one presenting or whether that the person is the one we're inviting into the business, it's very crucial for you to get to know who this person is. You have to establish a relationship with that person in the beginning. When I speak of relationship, at least know where he comes from, know his background, do some due diligence, who you're inviting in your home, and do some due diligence who you're prospecting, at least, so that when you get to the second point of the things that we're going to be discussing, you know exactly what to present to them. So what I'm saying is this. What am I saying? Is that in business, to be successful, you must know the timing. And not only that, the person, I have to be able to learn how to tailor, okay, to tailor the business, to tailor the business presentation, to tailor my gift based upon the person. Tailoring means it has to fit him, depending on his situation and his time. And for me to be able to tailor you, for example, you know, if my business is making suits, right? If I'm a tailor and if I'm making suits, the first thing I would have to do if I have a customer is to get his size and to make sure that I have the correct size, or else I won't be able to tailor a very beautiful suit that would fit him. Then it doesn't make sense. If I present him a suit and I didn't, you know, I just sort of like made it and it's not fit for him, it was not fitted for his size, he wears the suit, he doesn't feel good. It doesn't make sense. And most of us, we do this, okay? We just present to someone without understanding their size. It has to fit them. And this is where timing comes in, right? Without timing, your suit would not fit. Whatever you're offering that person, whatever opportunity you're offering that person, is not going to fit him because you did not even look at him. You didn't even understand his fit, his size, his preferences, his experiences, his background. These are all the things you need to know so that you could fit that opportunity to him. And this is so if you could just do this, which is not really difficult, but it takes some probing, it takes some background work, some due diligence to be able to do this. So this is one of the few principles that I've learned. Okay, first, the timing, which I've just been explaining right now. Second is we need to appreciate this person. We need to appreciate. What is appreciation? Appreciation means that I have to feel being in his shoes. I have to know the feeling of what it is like to be in his shoes, to be in this situation, right? So if you want to be successful in business, you have to learn to appreciate the people that you need, that would be working for you, or that would be partnering with you, or that would be somehow you're going to be doing business with. You need to appreciate who they are, because there's nothing worse than people feeling that you don't appreciate them. So appreciation means understanding where they are. So when they have some feelings of negativity, right? When they're somehow opposing you, you don't get upset. Why is that? Because you appreciate them, you understand. You try to question, why is this person having all this negativity? Where is it coming from? Then you come to realize, see, if you question this, the mere fact you're questioning yourself, why is this person negative? That question is very important. A person who asks, why is this person being negative? Why is this person opposing me? Then it shows that you're appreciating this person, because you want to understand, you want to get to know, right? Because those oppositions, those negativities are simply fears that this person has. So that's very important to understand. What are the fears of this person? Because if I could answer his fears, if I could somehow reassure him that his negativity, right, is baseless upon this particular project, right, then I get it. I have it. I have him on my side. To appreciate someone means you're able to be on his side, not oppose him. So even though even though he might be in the beginning, you might be thinking in the beginning that he's opposing you because his views is different. But if you stay by his side and you go to that side, which what he is seeing, and somehow you get to see, oh, okay, this is your apprehension, this is your negativity, and I understand why you're thinking this way. And in fact, I totally agree with your disagreement with this one, because in the beginning, I also have the same disagreements. In fact, the questions, the negativities, the disagreements you're having right now is completely valid. Why is that? Because hundreds of people have the same questions, and these are smart questions. This is born out of your fear, and fear is good at times because it protects us from being scammed. So once you start telling him that, hey, dude, I'm on your side, and it's good that you're bringing this up, you're a smart person for questioning this, then he begins to see that you are on his side, that you're not just there trying to scam him, because he would not know, right? He would not know if you're a good person or a bad person. But as soon as he feels that you appreciate him, immediately you start building this particular relationship. So that's very important, the principle of appreciation. All right, so this is first principle for success is timing. The second principle, which comes after timing, is appreciation, because the more you get to appreciate someone, the more your timing would be better. See, these two cannot be separated. For you to have perfect timing, you must learn how to appreciate the good things, even appreciate the negativities, right? Both positivity and negativity, they're all the same. It's just two sides of the same coin. If you don't, it's not just about being positive. You got to also understand the negative side of things, because if you understand both, then you'll have a balance, right? You know where to attack, you know where to penetrate, you know where to present, you know what to say. It would give you a better perspective of things. If you appreciate, you'll have the perfect timing. And for this two to take place, for timing and appreciation to take place, then you must practice the third principle I'm going to be telling you right now. And what is that principle? Listening. People today, the reason they're failing in a lot of things because they fail to listen. Listening is not just about hearing the sounds, right? It's not just about hearing, but it's about being able to take that sound and assimilate it, dissect it, and actually understand from my heart, what is this person conveying? It's not just the words he's saying, right? We gotta go beyond the words, because words, I mean, we don't speak, I mean, most of us being English as our second language, I don't speak perfect English, but I try to speak from my heart and try to convey my communication with you, right? So the words, it's just like, sometimes it could be not perfect. The words might not be perfect, right? For an English speaker, my words might not be perfect, but if I convey my heart, that's why I always speak from my heart. I could not use a script. I have to speak from my heart, because I'm trying to convey a principle that is very close to my heart. And the only reason I could do this is because I have learned how to listen from my gurus, from my mentors, and being able to listen and assimilate those teachings, those principles become embedded in my heart, and I could always call upon them anytime I need. So listening is a very important aspect, because for you to truly listen, you must be humble. You must practice humility, because a person who's arrogant cannot listen. When you're speaking to him, or when he's hearing something, he's already formulating his answers before he could even hear what the person has to say. He's not, a person who's arrogant is not concerned about what you're saying. He's more concerned about what he would like to say. But to be successful, it's not about what you say. It's about what you have listened, what you have heard. Because if you truly listen to someone, you would understand their heart. You will understand their personality. And when you listen, you'll be able to speak to them perfectly. Why is that? Because a good speaker is one who is a good listener. Meaning you cannot be a good speaker if you're a terrible listener. Why is that? Because that's how it is. That's just how it's designed. Like whatever I'm saying right now, I could only repeat it. I could only say these things. I could only teach you these principles because I have truly heard these principles. And that's why I'm able to speak. And if you look at, and my friend has this in his very famous, his book of silence. My friend, my partner, is like my brother. He has this. He was saying in his book that God created a perfect vehicle for us. That when he created this body, he pretty much created all of our senses twice. Like he says, we got 2 eyes, yeah. We got 2 pair of ears. We got a pair of nose. We have pair of hands, pair of legs. We have brain also a pair, left and right. Even our heart is a pair, our lungs is a pair. Except we have one mouth. So if we're sensitive enough, you could see that our Creator has designed this body that way, so that basically what is he saying? That we should first think left and right before we speak, because we have our left and right brain. That we must first see twice, both sides, before we speak. That we must listen both sides and all angles before we speak. That we must work with both hands before we speak. We must breathe twice before we speak. So this is the principle of listening. You could also listen by looking. Look both sides first before you speak. Looking is also listening. Hearing is listening. Breathing twice is listening. Thinking twice, both sides, before speaking. So if you do this practice, you would see you would speak less. And when you speak, it's already very much well thought of, because you've already looked into all the aspects, all the different sides of the situation. Negativity, positive, you've seen all sides. And when you speak, right, it's of great wisdom. Why? Because you've already listened. But it's difficult for us, especially for arrogant people. We always want to rush into saying what we want to say. We want to rush. We want to be the, hey, you know, the one who comes with a great idea. I have to speak first. I have to speak first. And this is a challenge for me, even when I run a board meeting. Yeah, you have ideas, you want to present it right away. But I come to realize from this practice of listening that it's better for me just to sit down quietly and listen to everybody patiently. Sometimes you know what they're saying, but you're still listening, because there might be something there that I'm missing out, or you're missing out. So listen. You hear all the points, and you go, and by the time everybody has done, they put their passion, they put everything, their opinions on the table, and now by the time before you speak, you seem like a very wise man. Why? Because you already heard everybody's opinion, and you're able to already formulate the best opinion because you've already heard all angles of the situation. And when you speak, everybody goes, wow, where did that come from? They don't realize that it came from all of them put together. And the only thing you did was to listen. So listening, you want to be successful, learn to listen. And to be able to listen, you must hold yourself. You must control this voracious tongue who loves to speak, who loves to criticize, who loves to just blah, blah, blah before anything. Listen, control that tongue. So shut your mouth, hold your horses, and just listen. And if you could practice this, of course it takes practice. Everything takes practice. Like when you're just so eager to say something, just close your mouth, do some breathing, do some thinking, allow others to say, even if they're criticizing you. Just sit there like a sadhu, like a saint, sitting there patiently, quietly. And when they're done, you speak your wisdom. And this is the principle of listening, and it's the principle of, one of the principles of success. So listening, appreciation, and timing. And again, if you could see, look at these three principles, okay? You cannot not practice one, because if you listen, you'll appreciate more, right? If you listen, your timing would be better when you speak, in fact, in everything. So this, you cannot just say, well, Japa, I'll practice one. And what is that? I'll practice my timing, but I don't love to listen. No. It doesn't work that way. You cannot practice timing, okay, and not listen. Just like you cannot listen and not have the timing. So it has to go hand by hand. That's why I'm sharing this with you. I'm teaching you this in a chronological order, because it's something that we all need to practice. The art of listening. Thank you so much. And if you like all these talks we're having, please click the channel below.